Sleep apnea, bruxism, restless leg syndrome, REM, sleep behavior disorder, throw in an occasional narcolepsy. These are a few of my weird sleeping things, but it's what I've got to deal with. Don't know what else to do but spy on myself with a night vision cam and load it all on YouTube.
This is my sleep disorder diary, an ever-growing and developing personal study of my sleep-related problems. I'm just trying to get a good night's rest, folks, without hurting myself or my wife in the process. These things can be something as harmless as me using funny-looking hand gestures, or talking out loud in my sleep, or even playing air guitar and drums. Or it can be as dangerous as kicking and throwing punches, especially if I make contact with the furniture and injure myself, or even worse, if my wife is in the path of a hard kick or punch. And then there's the rare occasion where I'll hurl myself out of the bed. And while I'm obviously not getting a good night's rest because of all the moving about, my wife also loses sleep every night, either because I keep waking her up with my often violent movements and noise-making, or because she's watching out for me so that I don't injure either one of us. I mentioned the rare occasion where I throw myself out of bed. Now, thank God this has only happened twice, but one of them resulted in my head meeting the corner of the nightstand, which technically could have been fatal if I'd landed in the right spot. But thankfully, other than startling me, it only hurt for a couple of days and left a big welt on my forehead. It was in fact that second occasion of hurling myself out of bed that really got me motivated to begin recording myself sleeping at night, and eventually led me to create this channel. In this study, I'm considering my habits before bedtime as to whether they actually increase the likelihood of these episodes, or if there's something that I ought to be doing to help diminish them. I'm concerned as well with these episodes being early signs of Parkinson's disease. It appears that people who have this particular sleep disorder of moving about and acting out their dreams, as I do, are 30 to 40% more likely to develop Parkinson's disease later in life. Throughout the study, I've developed more and more involved details concerning the things I do the night before. If I watch something on TV, if I read something, what I eat and drink, whether I take any supplements such as magnesium or melatonin, and whether or not I had a drink of alcohol and whether I had sex. I try to be faithful in recording the amount of what I call blessed immobile sleep, or BIS for short. I count only the time periods that are more than 10 minutes long, and then I add them up to see how much decent sleep, or as close to decent sleep, that I am getting. This is probably an incorrect assessment, since the immobile sleep I'm getting is not in one long string, but all broken up into bits. But I'm trying to count anything that's better than incessant twitching and moving about in other ways. Now, in closing, I'd like to mention that in this publishing of my video recordings of my sleep habits, as odd and as embarrassing as some of it might be, I want to be transparent and faithful in the study because that's really what this is. It's not entertainment, it's my personal diary, my personal study. But it's one that I've decided to share with everyone, warts and all, because I know that I'm not the only one who's dealing with this sort of thing. But who wants to sit through hours of sleep footage of a chubby middle-aged man on YouTube? Therefore, I've tried to keep the study from being boring by posting only the fairly interesting clips, and if it's fitting, if I think it's funny looking, I'll throw in a sound effect just for fun. Sort of like this one. I mean, some of the stuff is rather funny to look at. I almost always find myself laughing hysterically as I review the previous night's footage. Even the more dangerous stuff looks funny to me, so long as I don't end up hurting my wife. Hey, if you can't laugh at yourself. Anyway, if you enjoy the videos, please touch the like button, and please do subscribe and post helpful comments. Also, please tell your sleep apnea and other sleep disorder friends about this channel. In order to be as timely as possible, the first few video posts will be entire week's collections of sleep video, and then once I've exhausted all of the extra material, I'll try to post daily, or at least a couple of times per week, depending on how much spare time that I have. So now, without further ado, for what it's worth, this is my sleep disorder diary.